Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G, John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday, only here on YouTube, also live on the Oldies and More Radio Network. I want to welcome you to the March 8th, 2025 Vinyltreasure Show, as we are just moving along through the month of March here on this kind of cold, clear night here in Westchester County, New York. 34 degrees, but clear, no rain in sight. We had lots of wind here that shut down the power, which was a pain in the neck because with my computer on and the power goes out, the PC doesn't shut off properly. So, you know, all the Excel files that you have open, they recover, and it is a disaster. But of course, when it does it multiple times, it's even worse. So, and I'm worried sometimes I'm going to get the blue screen on my machine. And and knock on wood, this machine is old, but I had a warranty on it. I think they had to give me a new hard drive, which prolonged the life of the thing. But it's been pretty good, knock on wood, and I'm here for this evening. So thank you all for being here. And we opened up with a great tune with that hand clapping and all that. That's actually a request for listener Charles Liebman. He sent me a bunch of instrumental requests. They're all good, like that one there. Tenor saxophonist born in Dunellen, Florida on September 17, 1929. He taught himself how to play saxophone when he was 12 years old. He joined Tiny Bradshaw and his band back in 1952, but in 1954 he formed his own group, his orchestra, and signed with Mercury Records. He had, I think, over 30 LPs. I don't have any of his LPs for Mercury. Had a number of singles. That was his second release for the Mercury label, and probably his biggest hit. From September of 1956, Mr. Syl Austin. Syl Austin with his... Did he write this one, Charlene? Yeah, he wrote this tune. A song entitled Slow Walk. That one there on the Mercury record label. That's a great request there, Charles. Thank you for that. Well, I think I have all requests for tonight. I have two specials, and I have one record that I added that maybe some of you may know, but maybe never saw an original of, or I should say a first press of. So that is coming up in the 1961 block. But let's open up here the vocal portion. This is a flipside request released in June of 1951 originally, and I played a flip of this for listener Frank Chingaro, a song called Woogie. It was a while back, Frank, I think, but I had this sitting in the box to play. I needed an up-tempo from this early date, and I figured I'd feature it. This is the Doles Dickens Quintet. And this tune written by Charles Singleton and Joey Thomas. It features Joe Gregory on lead from June of 1951. This is on the Decca label. I have a 45 of it. It looks like a later press, though, but it's a promo. It's the Doles Dickens Quintet. I said quartet, it's quintet. And it's called Gonna Rock This Morning from June 51 for Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room.
Well, we're gonna rock this morning. It's like we never had rocked before. Yes, we're gonna rock this morning, and then we're gonna rock some more. Well, we're gonna roll this morning like we never had rolled before. Yes, we're gonna roll this morning, and then we're gonna roll some more. Well, I'm gonna rock my baby, then I'm gonna shake my baby. Well, I'm gonna hold my baby. We're gonna rock and roll, shake and hold. Say we're gonna rock this morning, yes, like we never had rocked before. Yes, we're gonna rock this morning, and then we're gonna rock some more. Well, rock on. gonna rock this morning. Yes, and we never had rocked before. Yes, we're gonna rock this morning, and then we're gonna rock some more. Yes, we're gonna roll this morning, like we never had rolled before. Yes, we're gonna roll this morning, and then we're gonna roll some more. Well, I'm gonna rock my baby, then I'm gonna shake my baby. Well, I'm gonna hold my baby. Well, we're gonna rock and roll, shake and hold. Hey, we're gonna rock this morning, like we never had rocked before. Yes, we're gonna rock this morning, and then we're gonna rock some more. Yes, I'm gonna rock my baby, then I'm gonna shake my baby. Well, I'm gonna hold my baby, like we never had rocked before.
Yeah, we open up the vocal portion there with the Doles Dickens Quintet there with Joe Gregory on lead. That one there by request for listener Frank Chingaro, June 1951. On the Decca record banner, Gonna Rock This Morning is the name of the tune. No, we're not going to be rocking. Well, we will be here till the morning, but remember, we're going to lose an hour's sleep tonight. So, Johnny G, I'm trying to, not be here for 5 hours, but I don't think we will. But let us continue here, and we count down the music chronologically here on the Saturday evening show, and we just heard one from June of 1951. Now, by the way, if you are new to the program, those of you tuned in to the Vinyltreasure show, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Now, the more subscribers I have, those of you tuned in on YouTube, the copyright police, they stay away. That is so really all your comments and all your thumbs up and also comments on YouTube, my YouTube page, are very important because I don't know what it does, but YouTube likes that. Whatever. So you should always say hi. I think a lot of people do. It's not that I'm just saying, Amy, I learned that from Amy. She was the one that taught Johnny G. But anyway, let us continue here, and let's stay in 1951, and let's fill a request for listener Bill Olb in Connecticut. This a group from Charlotte, North Carolina. They began recording back in 1945. I've been featuring them on the Thursday All 78 show, a lot of their early tunes from the 1940s. But I think first with Decca Records, but they signed with Capitol Records in 1951. They had about 33 releases on the Capitol label. Now, Bill requested their sixth, and this is a song from the Paramount picture Sunset Boulevard, and this tune features Gene Alford on lead. This was a big record. This was a number 2 record on WVCG in Coral Gables, Florida. So from November 51, let's give a listen to the Four Nights. The Four Nights on the Capitol label, going out to listener Bill Olb. The song is called Charmaine, the Four Nights.
I wonder why you keep me waiting. Charmaine cries in vain. I wonder when bluebirds are made. Will you come back again? I wonder if I keep on praying, will our dreams be the same? I wonder if you ever think on me too. Charmaine's waiting just for you. I wonder why you keep me waiting. was in vain. I wonder when bluebirds are mating, will you come back again? I wonder if I keep on praying, will our dreams be the same? I wonder if you ever think of me too. Charmaine's waiting just for you. Charmaine, Charmaine.
There you go. That one there by request for listener Bill Olben, New Jersey. Those are the Four Nights. Four Nights from November 51. Now, Anthony Giglio says that a song dates back to 1928. A really old song there called Charmaine. Those are the Four Nights with Gene Alford on lead. What did I say? That was their sixth release. Sixth release on the Capitol record label for Bill Olb, Charmaine. Let's move into 1953 now as we go to North Carolina for this group. It's a request for listener Emnon. This is their fifth release on Bess Berman's Apollo record label with Charlie Little Jazz Ferguson and his orchestra. Features the great lead of Johnny Tanner. Interesting lyrics on this, as they normally were back in the 1950s. From July 53 for listener Emnon, the Five Royales on the Apollo record label. They're singing about their Laundromat Blues. This is for Emnon.
Don't rush, folks, just take your time. Give my baby 20 minutes and she'll make you lose your mind. My baby's got the best machine, the best washing machine in town. What a machine! My baby's got the best machine, the best washing machine in town. She's got the very best equipment. There's no better machine to be found. What machine? Just bring your dirty clothes, bring all your dirty duds. Don't worry about no soap, her machine is full of suds. My baby's got the best machine, the best washing machine in town. Just relax and take it easy while the machine goes round and round. Customers always right, just don't overload her machine. The best washing machine in town. If you want to see smooth action, it will cost you 30 cents a pound. What a machine! So treat my baby gentle, treat my baby kind, cause her kind of service nowadays is hard to find. She's got the best machine, the best washing machine in town. She can do it over and over, and her machine won't break down. What a machine!
Here you go, that one there by request for listener Emnon there, the sound of the Five Royales. The Five Royales from July 1953, that's Johnny Tanner on lead. That's their, what did I say, their fifth release on the Apollo record label. Laundromat Blues is the name of the tune. I mean, listen, it took me a while I was so spoiled because my mother would wash my clothes all the time. Now I have to kind of do it a little bit. Grace has been a big help, I will tell you that much here. So thank you, Grace, for that. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you do like what you hear, please give Johnny G a thumbs up. This is our third show of the week this week. And we had 3 full shows this week. Successful show on Wednesday evening with the Soul Show. The Copyright Police stayed away. Thursday afternoon, a 78 show. I do that every other week, so I'll be back in 2 weeks. But we are here on the final show of the week. Thank you all. If you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. We are live. This is a live stream on YouTube and also live on Oldies and More Radio. We are in the year 1953. Let's go to Harlem, New York now. And this is a special dedication here, and dedicated by Frank Gingaro. This is his wife's, Jerry's, favorite group, and maybe favorite song too. But I know she is a big fan of the Diamonds on the Aladdin. How about the Atlantic label, Johnny? And we are so glad that Jerry is doing really well, and we're wishing her well. And this is a dedication from her husband, Frank Gingaro, to Jerry Gingaro for the sound of the Diamonds on the Atlantic label. This is their third release on the Atlantic label. It features Harold Sonny Wright on lead. From December 53, the Diamonds on Atlantic, Romance in the Dark for Jerry Gingaro.
Not even one little sigh, just the beating of my poor heart in the dark. In the dark, in the dark, in the dark, I get such a thrill when you press your fingertips upon my lips, and you beg me to please keep still in the dark. Oh, gee, when that spark is ending, and we'll find just what we missed. Oh, gee, but not pretending, 'cause I swear it's fun to be kissed in the dark, in the dark. We're gonna find with the rest have left behind. Let them dance, we're gonna find romance in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark. Get such a thrill when you press your fingertips will on my lips, and you beg me to please keep still in the dark.
There you go there. That is a special request going out to Jerry Gingaro that is tuned into the program along with Frank Gingaro, and that is her favorite group and maybe favorite tune there. Group out of Harlem, New York. Those are the Diamonds from December 1953. That's their third release on the Atlantic label. They're doing the Little Green Pen tune. She did it back 1940. On the Bluebird record label, a song that she co-wrote, but that was the version as done by the Diamonds on Atlantic. Romance in the Dark. It's going out to Jerry Gingaro. Now, Frank Gingaro is one of the co-hosts of the R&B Serenade. You can hear that show on Sunday afternoons beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. till, 5:30 maybe, Frank? They've been tacking on a little bit more time there. They are broadcasting out of WRHU FM 88.7 on your dial. You can hear it on the internet I've been listening on radio station USA.FM. And you can listen there, and that is pretty cool. They also have an app that they put out, but I go to radiostationusa.fm/online/WRHU. There's their player there, and you can click it and play. So you can tune in tomorrow afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. For Frank and his partner, Gordon Skagberg, who will be having a dedication a little bit later on. So stay tuned for that. Let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. We are in the year 1954 now, and we fill a request for listener Chris Reed. This is a rare 45. Came out on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. When Spence brought me up this 45, I said, well, it's in nice shape. And I said, I'll have to buy it. At the time, I had limits on what I was spending, so it came well within my limit. But it's not an easy 45 to find. The group is called the Jets, but in actuality, they are the Hollywood Flames. And they recorded on the Aladdin subsidiary 711 as the Jets, and for reasons unknown, in May of 54, Aladdin decided to put this old master out. I don't know what might have happened, but they put it out much later. The tune written by Murray Wilson. He was the father of the Beach Boys lead singer Brian Wilson, and he wrote quite a few R&B tunes. He was actually pretty good writer. I don't know how good of a manager and father he was, but anyway, it features David Ford on lead. Let's go to May of 1954 for this rare 45, going out to Chris Reed. The Jets on Aladdin with David Ford on lead. It's called I'll Hide My Tears for Chris.
Hide my tears, hide my tears from you. In the moon I see a face, and it says I can't replace all the love I held inside. So I'll hide my tears from you. When I saw you smile today, I pretended to be gay, though it may be foolish pride. So I'll hide my tears from you. I counted the hours and minutes each day when you would be mine to dream life away. Dream life away. Now the moon has closed its eyes, and it whisper I'm not white, but it may be foolish pride, so I'll hide my tears from you. I counted the hours and minutes each day when you would be mine to dream life away. Dream life away. Now the moon has closed its eyes, and it whisper I'm not white, but it cannot see inside, so I'll hide my tears from you.
Here you go. That one there, released in May of 1954. That's the sound of the Jets, a.k.a. the Hollywood Flames. That's with David Ford on lead. The tune written by Brian Wilson's father, Murray Wilson, on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin Records out of California. I'll Hide My Tears. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Thank you all for being here. Got a big crowd tonight as we continue here. Let's move into 1955. Fill a request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. And thank you, Indrajit, for your comments. Indrajit is very nice to put. Some people are asking me for a, what do they call it? When you list all the songs. As I draw a blank, but what he does is on my YouTube page he lists all the groups that I feature on the show, which is really nice gesture. I thank you, Indrajit, for that. Playlist. He gives me an artist list, and actually as I play them, which I think is pretty cool. But he requested this tune. They must be dancing to this, Indrajit, over in the UK at those all-nighters with these 50s rock and roll dancers that do the Lindy and whatnot that my mother likes to watch too, by the way. This singer from Wilmington, North Carolina, he began his recording career with a vocal group known as the Bees. They recorded for the Imperial record label. Now, he would go solo in 1956, signing with High Weiss's Oldtown record label, had about 16 releases on the Oldtown record label. Now, this is his debut solo release. You may know him, his biggest hit from 1960 called Let the Little Girl Dance. That was his fifth release, but this is his first release. It's a tune that he wrote from December 55. Let's give a listen to Billy Bland. Billy Bland on the Oldtown label for Indrajit. It's called The Fat Man.
Well, they call me the Fat Man 'cause I weigh 210. Yes, they call me the Fat Man 'cause I weigh 210. I'ma tell your girls exactly where I've been. Yes, I've been down the track and the boys I'm just getting back. Yes, I've been down the track and the boys I'm just getting back. I'ma tell your fellas back to what I got in this sack. Well, if you want your little girl, then you want them all alone. Keep them off the rum, and I fatten me love the rum. Big fat daddy, but how I love to rock. Gonna rock this joint and all around this clock. Hey, hey, hey! my baby too. Well, then you want your little girl, then you want them all alone. Keep them off the rum and a pat me love the rum. Big fat daddy, but how I love to dance. Hey, stop it. Bye, bye, bye. Hey, yes. Bye, bye, bye. Yeah, I'm going. Bye, bye, bye. Hey, yeah. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, yeah. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye.
I have to ask Lenny if he's tired yet. I don't think you can cha-cha that, Lenny. You got a Lindy to that tune there. That one there by request for UK listener Indrajit Advani. That's the sound of Billy Bland. That's his first release on High Weiss's Oldtown Records out of New York City from December 55. The Fat Man is the name of the tune. You know, when I was in, it was funny because when I was in, I guess it had to be, here we go with a Johnny G story. My grandmother, she said to me, don't let anybody call you names. If they call you names, you have to hit them so they don't bother you anymore. I was like, okay, if that's the case, don't let them call you names because that's not good. So my friends who used to joke around with me, I said they can't call me fat because I was not a thin child. I'm still not thin now, although I lost like 46 pounds, so I feel a lot better. So when they said to me, Johnny, you're a fatso or whatever, I said, well, don't call me that. Because if you're going to call me that one more time, I'm going to knock you. And he goes, you're not going to do nothing. I said, okay, try me. And I did. And I felt bad because he was my friend. His name was Finito. And I don't know, I saw there was his parents passed away, and his mother, my father would come pick me up at my father had a painting business, so I would, after school, and I'm talking about 4th or 5th grade, so he came to pick me up, and his mother came down with her son, with Finito, and she said, Johnny, look what you did to my son. So, because I hit him, and I didn't mean to hit him in the head like I did, but I did. I pounced on him, and I punched him in the face, and he had 2 black eyes, and my father was like, look what you did to him. Why did you do that? I said, he called me a fatso. And so he goes, and she, Mrs., I'm not going to say her last name. She was really nice because she was a nice lady. She goes, Johnny, he's your friend. Why did you do that? I said, well, my grandmother told me don't let anybody call me names. Of course, not to say that I didn't get my butt kicked, but they never bothered me again. I will tell you that much. When I used to go to high school, when I was in high school, and when you're a freshman, when they said, you got to give me 10 cents every day. I said, I'm not giving you 10 cents every day. I said, oh, yes, you are. So you have to stop that. You have to nip it in the bud. Sometimes it's very difficult for, bullying is not a good thing because you're going to get scared on your initial thing. I know when that happened to me. But anyway, that's what the Fat Man ticks off in Johnny G's head. Johnny G babbling on here. Let us continue. And we are in the year 1955. We got a flip side request for William in our YouTube chat room. Now, last week, I featured this group out of Chicago on Leonard Allen State's record label. They were known as the Dandeliers. Played their first of 4 called Chop Chop Boom. Actually, I played that, and I think I played the West Coast cover of that as a comparison. We're going to do that with a couple others tonight. But so that was a request for Bill Sheriff, and he also requested the flip side of this. And it features James Campbell on lead. The tune written by their other lead, Dallas Taylor, from January 55 by request for Bill Sheriff in our YouTube chat room. These are the Dandeliers on the States label, and it's a great tune. Even though it's out of season, folks, we want to get out of the winter and out of the autumn into the spring soon. It's called My Autumn Love, the Dandeliers for Bill Sheriff. Here you go.
Thy discovered the love I have found. My autumn love, where can you be? I sought so long throughout my misery. I guess I'll drop my head and turn myself around, but I can't forget the love I was found. He can't forget the love he was found.
I guess she's there to stay, but you search again when the leaves have blown away.
Yes, I'll search again when the leaves have blown away, but I can't forget all those happy days. The leaves they have fallen all over the ground. The leaves has covered the love I have found. My autumn love, where can you be tonight?
Yeah, sounds of Chicago here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Johnny G, it's easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy for everyone, but sometimes it's easy to pick those sounds from Chicago, and that is the sound of Chicago. A great tune there. By request for Bill Sheriff, The Sound of the Dandeliers, January 1955. Great two-sided 45. Their first of four on the States label My Autumn Love. Great to hear any time of the season. Let's continue in 1955. Another great group out of the Morrisania section of the Bronx, New York. And this is a special dedication from Frank Gingaro to his partner. Gordon Skagberg of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. They've been together doing that show. Frank, you have to correct me, 30-something years. That's a long time, folks. I think that's probably the show that is out now with the longest longevity, I guess. I think that's the show. And he wants to send this tune out to Gordon on his birthday, which will be happening on March 13th. It'll be Gordon's birthday, so this is a special birthday dedication from his partner, Frank Gingaro, to Gordon Skagberg. This great group from the Bronx, New York, signed with Joe Davis's JD record label, had 4 releases on the label. You know their probably most popular record was their second release called Smoke from Your Cigarette from January of 55, but this is their 4th release. It features the lovely Lillian Leach on lead from August 55, The Mellows on JD. By request, dedication, Frank Gingaro to his partner on the Rhythm and Blues Serenade, Gordon Skagberg, for his birthday. It's called Yesterday's Memories.
Yesterday's memories, I keep thinking of yesterday's memories. I hope you'll come back to me and say,
Yes, the Mellows, Lillian Leach and the Mellows. That's their fourth release on JD Records from August 1955. Yesterday's Memories. That is a dedication from Frank Chingaro to his radio partner, Gordon Skagberg, on his birthday, which will be happening on March 13th. That is an early birthday wish. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in the year 1955, and let's fill a request for Casey Hines in Paris as we go to High Point, North Carolina for this next group. They had 6 releases on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. Casey requested, is this their first release, I think? Okay, their first release. A tune that features Chester Mayfield on lead from May of 55. Let's give a listen to the Casanovas. The Casanovas on the Apollo record label for Casey Hines. It's called It's Been a Long Time. The Casanovas.
Daddy was in town. It's been a long time, baby, since your daddy was in town. Daddy's gonna cool you down tonight, baby. I don't want no hanging around. Well, you told me that you loved me. Goes away. I knew when I first left you that I'd be back someday. Long time, baby, since your daddy held you tight. Daddy really loves his baby. I'm gonna fix everything alright. Well, you tell me that you love me. I ups and goes away. I knew when I first loved you that I'd be back someday. Long time, baby, since your daddy held you tight. Daddy's gonna cool you down tonight, baby. Then everything will be alright.
Yeah, that's going out to listener Casey Hines in Paris. That's the sound of the Casanovas. That's their follow-up to That's All, I think. I think the flip side of this is Hushamecca is the name of that flip side of this. But this is called It's Been a Long Time. Great bluesy tune there with Chester Mayfield on lead from May of 1955 on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. If you're going to collect a label out there from the 1950s, Apollo is one of the good ones to collect. All types, all different genres of music on the Apollo record label. Great groups, great single artists, blues and rock and roll, lots of different things on the Apollo record label. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Thank you all for being here. If you are new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is our third show of the week. And we are live also on Oldies and More Radio. The 78 show is not on Oldies and More, but the Soul Show is. That's Wednesday night. So if you like soul music from the 1960s and maybe a touch of the 70s, tune into that program and send me your requests. That show has been exploding recently over the last few months, as well as this show. And those of you watching in the comfort of your home on your iTVs as you're relaxing on your sofas, or laying in bed looking at your iPhone or Android or your tablet. My mother's watching on the tablet. She says hi to all the folks that greeted my mother. And I think I'm missing your PC, of course, either your laptop or your, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, thank you all for being here. And I enjoy it a lot because it's the only time I get to hear my records. I do, and I haven't heard these in a while. But let's fill a request now for Liam in Australia, this group called the Five Vets. Now, Louis Silvani says that the members of this group were at one time in the military. Okay, now the writer credit on this, at one time this group was a mystery group, I think, but the writer credit on this is Andrew Barksdale. He was the bass of the Sparks of Rhythm that recorded for the Apollo label. He is in this group, and it sounds like him on the bass. But this is from mid-56, a mid-56 release by the Five Vets. And this is going out to Liam in Australia. It's on the All-Star record label. The song is called Right Now for Liam.
I cried when you said that you wouldn't be. I cried, oh darling, please say that you love me, say that you want me, say that you marry me now, right now. Why do you make me feel so blue? I try to be true to you, to make you as happy as anyone can be. Say that you marry me now, right now. I'm waiting for you, wishing for you, hoping that you'd be mine. Give me a chance to prove our romance is true, my dear, and so divine. I love for you to be my girl. Oh, darling, please, until eternity, you're the one for me. Say that you'll marry me now, right now, right now. I'm waiting for you, wishing for you, hoping that you'd be mine. Give me a chance to prove my romance. It's true, my dear, and so divine. I love for you to be my bride. Oh, darling, please, to make you as happy as anyone can be. Say that you marry me now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now.
There you go, that one there by request for Liam in Australia, the sound of the Five Vets. Five Vets on the All-Star record label Right Now is the name of the tune. That's the 1956 release. Remember buying that was probably one of my first purchases from Mike Demersion. Mike and Carol I first met at the record shows. I was bidding on his auction lists in Gold Mine or Discoveries magazine. And the funny thing is, I never used to call in. And not to say that I was embarrassed not to call in on the phone. I just didn't. I have a problem with phone in. How else are you going to do it? I mean, unless it's one thing if you're going to go to an auction house and you're going to hold up your thing and you're going to say $1,000, versus dealing on a phone call, going back and forth, because I'm like, and I did that, and it's funny because I did do that with Jeff Beckman, and he was actually pretty good because there were 2 records that I wanted, and he said, Johnny, the guy is not going to let you win either one, and I know this guy, so he's going to let you pick one. So pick one and he'll take the other. He's being nice to you because he could be bad to you. I says, well, okay, I'll take the Uniques on whatever that orange, Look at Me was the song that I took by the I think it's by the Uniques. I think it is. So I said, okay, I'll take it. But Mike used to have, he picked up a collection, someone that he OD'd. Yeah, I think it was when I met Mike. I don't know who the collector was, but he was addicted to drugs, and he was selling his collection at the time. I think Pete Yaffe got a lot of it, a lot of the rare pieces, but he died, and I don't know, it was intestate or whatever, but the house had all these records that were left over, and they were a lot of probably R&B stuff, but on great labels like Specialty and Savoy and Federal. So when Mike came to the show in White Plains at the county center, he had all these records in brown sleeves, and I had my book, and they were all in numerical order, so it was really easy for me. I pulled out about, I don't know, almost $4,000 worth of 45s, and they were priced, between $5 and $75. So, but he was telling me about it, and then he goes, are you buying all these records? And I said, yeah, I'm buying all these records. And he's like, where are you from? And I said, well, I'm from Westchester County over here. He goes, wait a minute, you're from, well, it was Terrytown. Are you from Terrytown? He goes, yeah. I said, I am. He goes, you wouldn't happen to know John Galindo? And I said, of course I know him. Everybody knows him. It's me. And he kind of like flipped out. He really flipped out. Carol was, his wife she was really nice. And they couldn't believe it. And then he said to me, you know something? You bid on so many of my records and you lost them by pennies. I says, well, what are you talking about? He says, I have my phone number in there. You should have called me, because a lot of the guys that were sending in the bids, they never called me. If you would have said to me, I'll take it for $5 more, I would have sold you the record. You missed out on a whole bunch of stuff. You missed that Copacetic on Premium and all those other rare records that he had. And I was like, well, I don't like call-in auctions. But he was really a nice guy to me, and I miss Mike a lot. And they both are gone now, unfortunately. But he sold me that record. Maybe that's Joe's. Maybe that's your record, Joe Booza. I don't know. Johnny G here, babbling on here. Let us continue here. And we fill a request now for listener Big Dave Swinger as we move into, as we are in the year 1956. As we go back to the Bronx, New York for the sound of the Wrens, although I have to correct this a little bit. This was their 6th release, or their final release, I should say, for the Rama label, because they've got other kind of like releases with different flips. But on the day they were supposed to record this in the studio, only 2 members showed up. Tenor George Magnazid, if I said that right, and the lead singer Bobby Mansfield. Those were the only 2 that showed up to this. But they were lucky that the Valentines just finished a recording session. I think they just finished recording Hand Me Down Love. So Goldner used 7 voices on the recording. And so it featured, I think on this, in the background here, is Richard Barrett on tenor, Raymond Pop Briggs also first tenor, Eddie Ed Gill second tenor, Mickey Francis baritone, and then the bass on this, which you really can hear, Ronnie Bright, the bass of the Valentines. And they did this cover. Sarah Vaughan, I think, did this first. if I'm not mistaken. This is from January of 56, going out to Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. These are the Wrens on Rama Records and their rendition of the tune C'est la vie for Big Dave.
John's in love with Joan, Joan's in love with Jim, Jim's in love with someone who's not in love with him. What was meant to be must be. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Life's a funny thing when it comes to love. You don't always conquer the one you're dreaming of. As they say in old Paris, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Those who fall in love agree it's the unsolved mystery. If your big romance cannot be, you'll find someone new, Sherry. Happy Joe, what a lucky guy. He just found a sweetheart, but no one's gonna cry. Though he stole her love from me. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. C'est la vie, c'est la vie.
There you go. That one there by request for Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Wrens, although the Wrens and the Valentines, we'll say. January 1956 released their final release for George Goldner's Rama Records. C'est la vie is the name of that tune. We are in the 1956 block. Let's go to New Orleans, Louisiana now, and fill a request for Edmund Williams. Now, all his requests this week were New Orleans-related groups on his Soul Show and also here on the Saturday show, because he was on a cruise to Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. I think he ended up in Mexico, and he's flying back, I think, tomorrow. He was in our chat room earlier, so he wasn't sure he was going to have Wi-Fi to tune into the program, but he requested this group out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Had 16 releases on the Imperial record label. Now, two brothers were the group's lead singers, and they were members of the group, Hayward Chuck Carbo and Leonard Chick Carbo. Now, Edmund requested their 12th release for the Imperial record label, and it says on here, yes, it features Chuck Carbo on lead. And I guess because Edmund will be leaving his vacation spot with his wife, he wanted me to play this release from September 56. Let's give a listen to the Spiders on the Imperial label, and the song is called Goodbye. This is for Edmund Williams.
Goodbye, I'm going home at last. No more to roam, I'm free at last. I tried to do my best, but you made my life a mess. It's over because we're through. You made me nothing for you. Beware, someday someone will do you just as you've done to me, and then you'll see. Gave my all, but then I didn't know you. But now I'm wise for all your lies. I don't care nothing for you. Beware, someday someone will do you just as you've done to me, and then you'll see.
There you go. That one there going out to listener Edmund Williams in Queens, New York, although he is on his way back to Queens, and he wanted to hear one more New Orleans group. There you go, the Spiders there. Chuck Carbo and the Spiders from September 56 on the Imperial record label. Goodbye is the name of the tune. Well, it ain't goodbye, not yet, as we continue here. We are in the year 1956. Let's fill a request for listener James Stone in our YouTube chat room. Now, I played the original version of this song on the 78 show by the person who first wrote it and first recorded it for MGM Records, and that was Mr. Ivory Joe Hunter. He did it, back in 1950? Yeah, 1950 by Ivory Joe Hunter on MGM Records. And this one is from September 56, 6 years in the future here. For this singer by the name of Johnny Oliver, had 6 releases for the MGM record label. This is his 5th. And let's go to September of 1956 for Johnny Oliver. Johnny Oliver, he sang with the Dominoes on some of their federal releases, but here he is, a solo effort from September 56 on MGM. His rendition of the tune, I Need You So. This is going out to James Stone in our YouTube chat room.
I need you so to keep me happy. If I can't have you, I cannot go on. I need your arms around me so tightly. Yes, I miss them nightly. When you're not at home, when day is done, I miss you so. I'll lie and wait to hear your knock upon the door. When you leave me, I try not to worry. Come back in a hurry, 'cause I need you so. When you leave me, I try not to worry. Come back in a hurry,
That's one there by request for listener James Stone. That's Johnny Oliver and chorus. Okay, I say group, we'll say chorus. That one there from September 1956. That is his fifth of six for the MGM record label. I think I'm still missing one, but that was the Ivory Joe Hunter tune, I Need You So, done by so many. And vocal groups do that song also. Bobby James and the Four Buddies have a great version of that. Let us continue here in 1956. Go back to Harlem, New York. Fill a request for listener Tommy Albergo, tuned into the program tonight. And this is the group's first release on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. Well, yeah, on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. It's a great two-sided 45, and I normally feature the ballad side called My Girl, but this is the up-tempo side. Their first of three on Apollo from February 56, features Bobby Johnson on lead. Let's give a listen to the vocal tones. The vocal tones on Apollo. It's called I'm Gonna Get That Girl. This is for Tommy Albergo.
Gonna get her, I'm gonna get her, I'm gonna get her, I'm gonna get that girl. Oh, baby, come on, treat me right, squeeze me tight. I'm gonna get that girl if it takes me the rest of my life. I'm gonna get that girl one of these times, and when I do, she'll be mine if it takes money to do the trick. I'll get me a job, boy, real quick. I love her, I love to hug her, I love to squeeze her, I love to tease her. The way she walks, the way she talks, the way she wiggles, the way she giggles. I'm gonna get that girl if it takes me the rest of my life. Hey! Get that girl one of these times, and when I do, she'll be mine if it takes money to do the trick. I'll get me a job, boy, real quick. I love her, I love to hug her, I love to squeeze her, I love to tease her. The way she walks, the way she talks, the way she wiggles, the way she giggles. I'm gonna get that girl if it takes me the rest of my life.
There you go, February 1956. That's their first of three on the Apollo record label for the vocal tones. That's Bobby Johnson on lead, the vocal tones. That's going out to listener Tommy Albergo. It's called I'm Gonna Get That Girl is the name of the tune. We are in the 1956 block. Let's fill a request now for listener Gordy Freeman. He wants to send this tune out to a number of listeners. He wants to send it out to my mother Maggie and also to Frank and Jerry Gingaro, as this is a classic tune released in 1956 by this group, initially recorded for John Dolphin's Cash record label as The Miracles. And I still need that 45, by the way. But in 1955, they signed with Bob Ross's Ardell record label, and this is their third release on the Ardell record label, and this song dates back to 1936 from the movie, if you're familiar with a movie called Swing Time. It starred Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Now, the first time I ever heard this song, period, was on Art LeBeau's Golden Goodies, Oldies But Goodies LP. My aunt was into buying compilation albums, kind of like the records that she missed because she didn't make enough babysitting money to buy those 45s. But this is a request for Gordy Freeman. He wants to send this one out to Frank and Jerry Gingaro and also to my mom. This is a favorite song for Gordy Freeman, one of his favorite tunes. It features a Herman Sonny Chaney on lead from October 56. I have this on red vinyl. This was purchased. Mike Demersion sold me this one. These are the Jaguars on the Ardell record label with their classic. It's called The Way You Look Tonight.
Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Oh, you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you just the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart, and that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. You're lovely and never, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight.
Classics here on the Vinyltreasure Show. There you go, by request for listener Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. That's going out to my mother, who thanks you, Gordy, for that, and also to Frank and Jerry Gingaro. And they say that was their wedding tune. And I know that is a favorite tune for Gordy Freeman. October 56th, the Jaguars on the Ardell record label. The Way You Look Tonight is the name of the tune. Now, you know Johnny G has been, I think it was Bill Sheriff made the recommendation. Johnny G's been playing like covers or other people that other groups that recorded these songs, like kind of like a comparison. I don't want to say a battle of the groups because that's really not fair, because that is a classic as done by the Jaguars. But let's move up from 1956 to June of 1961 to the Laurie record label. Go out of year for a second here. For this group from Richmond, Virginia, somehow they met Benny King, who suggested they come to New York City to find fame and fortune, and they named themselves after a street in Harlem, and they called themselves the Jar Mells, and they had 6 releases on the Laurie label, and this was their second release, and this is their rendition of the tune you just heard. It features Paul Burnett on lead. This actually charted, this side charted number 4 on KFXM in San Bernardino, California. We just heard the Jaguars from October 56. We go to June 61 for the Jar Mells on the Laurie label and their rendition of the tune, The Way You Look Tonight.
La 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 la, whoa. La, la.
know when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. And your cheeks so soft, there is nothing for me but to love you just the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart, and that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. La 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 la, whoa, la 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 la, whoa, la. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it, 'cause I love you just the way you look. I love you just the way you look tonight. The way you look tonight.
There you go, June 61 there for the Jarmel's version of The Way You Look Tonight. That one there on the Laurie record label. What was the flip of this? Just for curiosity's sake. And yes, that is correct, Busta Bass. Little Bit of Soap is that was the intended A side, which was a big hit for the group. But there you go, covered the Way You Look Tonight there on the flip side there. Johnny G here doing a comparison. We're going to do another. I think I got a couple more coming up on the program, but let us continue here. We are in the year 1956. Let's fill a request for listener Gary McLinden in our YouTube chat room. Johnny Otis discovered this next singer while running talent shows in downtown Los Angeles, California. She won one of those contests and he signed her to his Dig label and arranged to have a vocal group that was recording for the label at the time back her up. They were known as the Premiers. Now, the group had already signed to the label and backed her up on, and backing her up on, I think, both sides of this. They know what they did on the flip side of this, which I have played. But this was actually a big hit for the group. I think it was one of the top sellers, at least out in Los Angeles, California, for the Dig record label from June of 1956. This is Julie Stevens and the Premiers. Julie Stevens and the Premiers on Johnny Otis's Dig record label, going out to listener Gary McLinden. The tune is called Blue, not Moon, Blue Mood, M-O-O-D. This is June 56 for Gary.
Why
There you go. That one there by request for listener Gary McLinden in our YouTube chat room. That's Julie Stevens and yes, the Premiers. Backing her up from June 1956. Johnny Otis's Dig Records out of Los Angeles, California. Blue Mood is the name of the tune. She wrote that tune together with Jackie Kelso, who was also providing the orchestra in the background there. And this record was reissued again in 1960. Otis put it out on his Eldo record label. You know, Eldo Records, their biggest hit was in 1960 with Image of a Girl by the Safaris. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We are in the year 1956. It's actually the last release from, well, the last record from 56, although I say that not so strictly. But let's fill a request for listener Julian McCroy. As you know, that Mr. Clyde McPhatter, he was singing with the Dominoes at the time, their featured lead singer. Now, he would leave in 53 to become lead of the Drifters, and he remained with the Drifters until July 1955, when he would go solo. And of course, his releases came out on Atlantic, a very successful solo career for Clyde McPhatter. Of course, then after that, I think he ended up on Mercury Records, but he had a number of hits. Treasure of Love was a big hit for him. But Julian requested his fourth release, his fourth of 17 on the Atlantic record label. This is with Ray Ellis and the orchestra. Let's go to September of 56 for Mr. Clyde McPhatter on Atlantic for Julian McCroy. It's called I'm Lonely Tonight. This is Clyde McPhatter.
If you think I miss you after you said we're through, well, you're right, 'cause I'm lonely tonight. If you think I'm alone, hoping you'll telephone, well, you're right, I'm lonely tonight. What is there in this life I couldn't miss? If you think I need you, only you'll ever do, well, you're right, I'm lonely tonight.
September 1956 release there for Clyde McPhatter. Clyde McPhatter on Atlantic Records. That's for listener Julian McCroy. I'm Lonely Tonight is the name of the tune. You're not lonely tonight if you're tuned into the Vinyltreasure Show with your host, Johnny G. So thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing, as I say, to my YouTube channel. Click that thumbs up if you dig what you're hearing. This is the third show of the week. week. I'll be back on Wednesday evening, beginning at 9 p.m., right here on YouTube and Oldies and More Radio for The Soul Show. So if you have any requests for that show, please get them to me ASAP at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number. Let's move into 1957 now, as this was a recommendation comparison tune here, of course, for listener Bill Sheriff. He said, Johnny G, I have a good comparison you can do, so we're going to do that right now, but we're going to listen to the cover first. By this group from Brooklyn, New York, previously recorded as The Wheels on the Premium record label, and they would change their name to The Federals, and they had 2 releases on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label. I have featured them here on the program before, but they would have 1 release on Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records, and this was a cover of a big hit as done by the Del Vikings the year, or I should say, well, I think it was still out at the time this release came out. This is February 57 release. They're called The Federals, and it features the unmistakable voice of Rudy Anderson on lead. So we'll send this one out to Bill Sheriff, The Federals on Deluxe, with their rendition of the tune, Come Go With Me, for Bill.
Yes, love me, darling. Come go with me, please don't send me way beyond the sea. I know, darling, so come go with me. Go with me. Come into my heart and me, darling. We will never part. I know, darling, so come go with me. Yes, I need you. Yes, I really need you. Please say you'll never leave me. I'll say never. Yes, you really never.
Never give me a chance.
Come to my heart and me, darling. We will never part. I know, darling. So come go with me.
Give me a chance.
Oh, come into my heart, tell me, darling, we will never part. I know, darling, so come go with me. Come go with me. Come go with me. Come go with me. Come go with me.
There you go. We'll send that one out to a listener, Bill Sheriff, in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Federals. The Federals on Sid Nathan's Deluxe Records. That's Rudy Anderson on lead. That is a cover of the Del Vikings tune, Come Go With Me. That was issued in February of 1957. Before I get to the next song here, I got to ask how, because I'm telling you, my speakers are going in and out with the treble. And if it is sounding not good on your end and you don't hear any kind of distortion or anything coming through, then it is my amp that is starting to go. I don't know, unless it's a mixer. So do you hear any kind of crackle or any kind of loudness or kind of level changes in it? I know some of the records are sometimes louder than others, but I'm talking about basically during the song or during my talking if the levels change, because I hear it. It's like annoying to me, and it would be annoying to you if you're hearing it that way on the stream back. See, it's like cracking on my, and I got nice Bose speakers. It's gotta be the amp here. But if you say no, everybody says it sounds great. There you go. Overall sound quality over here is great, sounding clear and everything else. Okay, folks, that means it's got to be the amp, the Onkyo amp that's from the 70s, I think, from the 1970s. But anyway, so let's see. Bill requested a battle of, well, we're not going to say a battle of the songs. We'll do a comparison of the songs. So I decided to play the original. I have this on the Phoebe label. And Tommy, some of these don't play as well. The Dot records, the Dot release plays really nice because this record originally, this group's debut single, this great group out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, of course, did it first on the Phoebe label, came out in December of '56. Randy Wood's Dot Records would pick it up in January of '57, hence the February release there by the Federals. But let's give a listen to the original version of this. And it features Norman Wright on lead. This was a big hit for the group. Number 4 on Billboard, number 3 on Cashbox, number 2 on the Billboard R&B chart, as we do a comparison of the groups. Don't want to say a battle. December 56. We'll send this one out to listener Emnon because he wanted to hear this too. The Dell Vikings on Phoebe. This is the original. Come Go With Me. The Dell Vikings.
Dum 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 dee doo be dum 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 dee doo be dum 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 dee doo be dum wow 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 dum 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 dee doo be dum 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 dee doo be dum 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 dee doo be dum wow 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 wow. Well, love, darling, come and go with me, come with me, baby, under the sea, I need you, darling, so come go with me. Come into my heart, darling, we will never part, I need you, darling, so come go with me. Yes, I need you, yes, I really need you. Please say you never leave me. Well, say you never, yes, you really never.
You never give me a chance.
Come into my heart, darling, we will never part. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Yeah!
Never give me a chop.
Oh, love me, darling, come and go with me. Don't, baby, under the sea. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Come on, go with me. Come on, go with me. Come on, go with me.
Yeah, we'll send that one out to listener Amnon. Also send it out to a William in our YouTube chat room. The December 1956 release. That's the original version of Come Go With Me on the Phoebe record label out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Dell Vikings with the original Come Go With Me. And we are in the 1957 block here, and let's fill a request for my mother, Maggie, who is tuned into the program. She is watching on the tablet, and she wants to send this next tune out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room. Gordy will be celebrating a birthday tomorrow, and she wants to wish him a happy birthday, as I do also. And she had this request for Billy Ward and the Dominoes. They had 6 releases on the Liberty record label. This is their second release, a tune recorded by so many through the decades. I think this one dates back to 1934. This was their follow-up to Stardust, and it features the great Gene Mumford on lead from August of 1957. By request for Maggie Galindo, going out to Gordy Freeman on his birthday. Billy Ward and the Dominoes with their rendition of the tune Deep Purple.
When the deep purple falls over sleepy garden walls, and the stars begin to flicker in the sky.
Go. That's the great sound of Billy Ward and the Dominoes with a great lead. Gene Mumford on lead, August 1957. That's the follow-up to Stardust. It was a toss-up. She was asking me. And I said, because my mother likes that type of sound there. And I said, well, Ma, I said, Gordy's going to really like that song. Either one you can pick because he likes both of them. So she really, really wants to send that one out to Gordy Freeman, a big... one of my top listeners and fan of this show. Gordy, happy birthday to you from Mom and myself and all the others in the chat room. A great tune there by Billy Ward and the Dominoes on the Liberty label. Deep Purple, their rendition of the tune. Johnny G here on a Saturday, and you're saying Johnny G sounds okay. So Tommy says a little bassy sometimes. It could be the records. And sometimes if I talk too loud here, but I don't think it's my mixer. I think it's I gotta play around with the amp, but I have to get under here and do that and I don't have time to do it. But anyway, let us continue here. And we are in the year 1957. Let's fill a request for listener Rick in Philly. He is in our YouTube chat room. This group formed back in 1957 at Mitchell Air Force Base. That's when they first got together. But they came to the attention of Bee Caslin. She owned the Mascot record label and also Hull Records. And she recorded their two, or at least their early, well, their first record, I should say, they did before she sold the masters, or leased the masters out to Leonard Chess of Argo Records. He owned Argo Records and put it out nationally, but it first came out in November of '57. The A-side was a hit for them. Pretty big hit that I like too. It's called Been So Long, but Rick requested the flip side, and it features DeFosco Irvin on lead. And I showed you my Mascot copy. It doesn't play as clean as the Argo label. I could have played it, but I decided not to. This is a nice vinyl press, but it's not a West Coast Big Dave. I don't think it is. I'll have to check. No, it's not. You can tell from the print it's not. But it's from November 57. This is going out to Rick in Philly in our YouTube chat room. The Pastels. DeFosco Irvin, or Big D Irwin, if you want to call him that. The Pastels on Mascot. It's called My One and Only Dream. This is for Rick in Philly.
I think I'm falling in love with a girl that I'm dreaming of. I tried so hard to find someone. I know that I'm falling in love. Each night I count sheep. I'm trying to go to sleep. Dream about that girl that has swept me off my feet. So I'll pray that my dreams will come true. For then I know that I'll have you. This love is real. I know how it feels. I know that I'm falling in love. Each night I count sheep. I'm trying to go to sleep. Dream about that girl that has swept me off my feet. So I'll pray that my dreams will come true. For then I know that I'll have you. Yeah, this love is real. I know how it feels. I know that I'm falling in love. Yes, in love. Oh, in love. I think I'm falling in love.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's the flip side of Been So Long, a song entitled My One and Only Dream, by request for Rick in Philly in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Pastels, DeFosco Irvin and the Pastels, November 57, featured on the Argo label. Let us continue in 1957 and fill a request for listener David Silberg. We go back to Harlem, New York for The Sound of the Wanderers. This is on Jerry Winston's Onyx record label. This song first done, I think, Don Cherry did it back in 1950 on the Decca record label. But let's give a listen to this version. It's with Sammy Lowe and the orchestra. It features the great voice of Ray Pollard. Ray Pollard on lead with the Wanderers from November 57. This one released the same time as that Pastels record. Onyx Records for David Silberg, the Wanderers with Thinking of You.
Wonder why I'm thinking of you. Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why is it I spend the day, wake up and in the day, thinking of you. Such bliss to be thinking of you. When I fall asleep at night, it seems you just tiptoe into all of my dreams.
That's the great sound there of the Wanderers with the great Ray Pollard on lead. That one there by request for listener David Silberg, November 1957 on Jerry Winston's Onyx record label. Song entitled Thinking of You. Now, Jerry Winston would sell his masters, sell his labels to MGM Records, and he was hired to become, like, I guess, head guy on a new label they had called Orbit Records, but it was short-lived because there was another label already known as Orbit, so MGM had to come up with another name. They called it Cub Records, which was pretty cool, and lots of those, the Wanderers did a number of masters, recorded a number of tunes with for Jerry Winston, and they ended up coming out on the Cub record label. They got a lot of nice releases as Johnny G gets tongue-tied here. And we have one more out of the year 1957. We go back to the Bronx, New York. This is a female lead with male backing, and this is a request for listener Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. The gal, she is Marilyn Durant. I think today she's known as Marilyn Pekarsky. Maybe she's divorced, I don't know, but I think that was her maiden name, Durant. And this is on the Mode record label, and the group is called the Juveniles. The Juveniles. This is from September 1957. I'm featuring the True First Press, which has like this white band around the outside of the label. That is the first way. So this is for Daniel Kubacki, September 57. Great two-sided 45, the Juveniles on Mode. It's called Beat in My Heart for Daniel.
There's a beat in my heart for you, a beat
go. That one there going out to a listener, Daniel Kubacki. That's the sound of the Juveniles. The Juveniles from September 1957. It's on the Mode record label, M-O-D-E. I don't know if I even said that, but it is Mode Records. Beat in My Heart is the name of the tune. Now, after Marilyn left the group, they became the Twilighters that recorded for the Finesse label, and Rem mentioned it, Rem 1028 in our YouTube chat room. He mentioned that the group also became the Embers that recorded for the Empress record label, and as there you go, that one there for Daniel Kubacki. Let us continue here. We move into 1958 now. Fill a request for listener Timothy. I don't know if Timothy is still in the chat room. He was earlier, these gals were signed to B. Caslin's Hull record label, and she recorded them. Actually, both sides were recorded for the Hull record label, but they were sold. The masters were sold to Leonard Chess, similar to the, and she would do that all the time. She did. That was her, and that was not only hers, but other owners or other people in the business did that too. Yeah, they really didn't have the means to distribute the records nationally, and these other guys that had these bigger labels were able to do it, of course. So it came out on Leonard Chess's Checker record label, but originally recorded for B. Caslin and the Hull folks. And this is from May of 1958, and the group was called the Starlets, Starlettettes, and this is on Checker Records, and this is by request for Timothy. The song is called Please Ring My Phone. The Starlets for Timothy.
Ring, ring, ring. Ooh. I sit here alone, waiting by the phone, wondering if you call. Ring, 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 please ring my phone. Please ring my phone. I want you to call and tell me of your love. I really want to know. Ring, 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 please ring my phone. Ring my phone.
Yes, darling, I sit here alone, waiting by the phone. Just wondering, my darling, wondering if you'll call. You told me last night you loved me with all your heart and soul. Please ring my phone.
I sit here alone, waiting by the phone, wondering if you call. Ring, 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 please ring my phone. Please ring my phone. Ring, 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 please ring my phone. Ring, 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 please ring my phone. Ring, Hello, Eddie?
go. That one there by request for listener Timothy in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Starlets. The Starlets from May 1958. That record is a little bit older than Johnny G. That's on the Checker record banner. Leonard Chess's Checker Records. Please ring my phone. Now, you don't have to ring Johnny G's phone, but if you do want to get in touch with me, some people have the bat line number, but not everybody. You can contact me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If you have a request, you can send it to me. If I have the 45, I'll feature it if it fits the format of the show. But they normally do. We play rhythm and blues, vocal groups, R&B. Sometimes we go a little bit out of range, but I don't mind doing it. I'm not bashful, I can tell you that much. So this is our third show of the week, and I'll be back on Wednesday evening with the Soul Show. That's right here on YouTube. Also on Oldies and More Radio, I post the shows. The upcoming shows are on my YouTube channel. So that's why if you are signed into YouTube, you can subscribe and you can click that bell. There's a drop down to get all notifications. You'll see it. So if you're on your PC or phone and you're on YouTube, you'll see the recommendations there. So they have their artificial intelligence algorithm kind of that's how a lot, because I ask many of the new listeners that email me how they find out about the show, and it comes up as a suggestion on the YouTube. So if you go to whatever, Johnny G is always like looking at the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm a big Bengal fan, but the Bengals from the 1970s, when Paul Brown was the coach of the Bengals. He left the Cleveland Browns, so I go back that far. I don't know about the Bengals. They got messed up this year. They lost those few games, and they should have gone. They would have done better than Kansas City did. But I digress. But anyway, I like that record. I do. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's for Timothy also. Thank you, Timothy, for requesting that. Let's move into 1958. Now, this is a flip side request. I think, Daryl, you requested the flip side of this as well as Amnon. I featured this group called the Pals. The Pals that included William Spann, Gerald and William Valentine, Earl Polite, Norman Grayson, and Andy Brooks. They were known as the Pals. And I featured an out-of-season song. We heard from Autumn earlier, but last week I played Summer Is Here. But let's flip the 45 over here and give a listen to the Jump Side. And this also was released on Guidon Records a year later, in June of 59. But first issued in August of 58, the Pals on Turf Records, TURF, for listener Amnon and Daryl Letts. It's called My Baby Likes to Rock. This is for Daryl and Amnon, the Pals.
Till you are ready to stop.
My baby likes to rock. Oh, my baby likes to roll. Yes, my baby likes to rock. Oh, baby likes to roll. Well, she rocks around the clock, says she never, never, ever want to stop. My baby likes to rock. Oh, my baby likes to roll. Yes, my baby likes to rock. Oh, baby likes to roll. Well, she rocks around the clock, says she never, never, ever want to stop. Well, first thing in the morning, she turns on the radio. She likes to hop and she likes to stroll.
Never get tired of the rock and roll.
My baby likes to rock. Oh, my baby likes to roll. Yes, my baby likes to rock. Oh, baby likes to roll. Well, she rocks around the clock, says she never, never, ever want to stop. Well, she do not like the mambo. She do not like the cha-cha. All she likes is that rock and roll.
Crazy chicken, ooh la la.
My baby likes to rock. Oh, my baby likes to roll. Yes, my baby likes to rock. Oh, baby likes to roll. Well, she rocks around the clock, says she never, never, ever wanna stop. She rocks around the clock, says she never, never, ever wanna stop. She rocks around the clock, says she never, never, ever wanna stop.
Here you go. That one there going out to listener Emnon, also to Daryl Letts. Those are the Pals. The Pals from August 1958 on the Turf record label, TURF Records. I have a stock and I have a promo. The promo plays better, I have to say. And does your baby like to rock? Barbara, I don't know. I had to teach Barbara how to rock. I did. That's My Baby Likes to Rock. Johnny G likes to rock on a Saturday evening. So thank you all for being here as we continue. We are in the year 1958. Let's fill a request now for my California listener, Mady Campboy. She requested this duo last week, this duo from the Bronx, New York, Robert Carr and Johnny Mitchell. They had 16 releases on High Weiss's Oldtown record label between 1956 and 1962. And you might know their big hit from 58 called We Belong Together. That was their 5th release. Now, Mady requested their 7th release, and I think they wrote the majority of their tunes. They wrote this one from August 58. Let's give a listen to Robert and Johnny. Robert and Johnny on High Weiss's Oldtown label for Mady Campboy. It's called Eternity with You for Mady.
Eternity, darling, I'll spend that with you. Eternity, darling, I will. Forever and a day. Eternity, darling, I will. I'll spend eternity with you. Loving you. Loving you, darling, I do. Yes, I belong to you. Eternity, darling, I'll spend eternity with you. All my life, darling, I am. All my life, I'm yours.
Yeah, we like the lowriders here on the Vinyltreasure Show. There you go. That one there going out to Mady Campboy. in our YouTube chat room. That's the sound of Robert and Johnny. Robert and Johnny on High Weiss's Oldtown record label, August 1958 release, Eternity with You is the name of the tune. As we continue here in the 1958 block, let's fill a request for listener Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room as we go back down to New Orleans, Louisiana for this next singer. Had 4 releases on Art Roop's specialty record label, and this is, I guess we can consider it his signature song, which was produced by Harold Baptiste, and his name is Jerry Byrne. Jerry Byrne, B-Y-R-N-E. This is his first release on the specialty label from June 58. It's going out to Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith. The song is called Lights Out. This is for Joseph Smith.
Standing on the front porch, I grabbed her and kissed her. Boy, was I surprised when I saw little sister. Lights out, lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what you do when the lights go out. Mother looked at me, she wasn't peeping through the window. When she looked at me, boy, you thought I was a sinner. Lights out, lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what you do when the lights go out. Loving on the front porch, sitting on the swing, I can almost hear those wedding bells ring. Lights out, lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what you do when the lights go out. I can almost hear those wedding bells ring. Lights out, lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what you do when the lights go out. Now we are mad and we bought a little house with a mad little sister, but the lights went out. Lights out, lights out. I'm glad now that the lights are out. Sister knows more about what you do when the lights go out.
Whoa, that one there. Just, you got to get tuckered out with that one there. Try to dance that tune there. There you go. That one there going out to Oldies Fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith. That's Jerry Byrne. Jerry Byrne. That's his debut single on the specialty record label from June 58. It's called Lights Out. Almost not quite lights out, although we're moving through pretty nice here. Oh, wow. Copyright Police came out on that record. Better hit those hearts, folks, as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And here's a flip side request for listener Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room. Featured the Ladders last week for Tommy Albergo. The Ladders on the Vest record label. That was Danny Robinson's Vest record label, with the side called Hey Pretty Baby. And this tune, written by their manager, actually wrote both sides of the 45. Les Cooper was his name. Let's flip it over here for Daryl Letts. Also, we'll send it out to Tommy Albergo. I bet you, Tommy, you like this side too. 1958. This is the second release for the Ladders. Their first one was on Danny Robinson's Holiday label, Counting the Stars. This was their next one from 58. The Ladders on Vest. A Johnny Jackson on lead. It's called My Love Is Gone for Daryl Letts and Tommy Albergo. There you go. That is a cool tune. They like that one there in the YouTube chat room. That's the sound of the Ladders from 1958. That's the flip side. I think that was that the A side? I got to see the numbering. That's the flip side of Hey Pretty Baby, My Love Is Gone. That one they're going out to Darryl Letts. It's on the Vest record label. We'll also send it out to listener Tommy Albergo as we continue in the 1958 block. Now, this is a request for listener Mike Sape in Connecticut. Wants to send it out to all the chatters and your host Johnny G for this gal born in West Orange, New Jersey, and first recording back in 1956 for the Mercury record label. She also has releases on the Roulette record label, and she did 2 on Dot Records. This was her first. Now, Charlene on this song, because Charlene probably didn't listen to the song, I think I might be wrong. Who was the voice of the Grinch on the Grinch? How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Somebody with something THR. I think. Is he the bass on this? Because this song is called The Bass. Okay, and I think it's him. But Charlene doesn't have it here, so I don't know. She probably didn't look specifically to the song. Thurl Ravenscroft. Thank you, James Stone. And does anybody know if this is him? If this is him on this record? But it's October 1958. I think there's a heavy bass thing on this, a voice on this. Her name is Carol Hughes. This is on Randy Wood's Dot record label, October 1958, by request from Mike Sape, going out to Johnny G and all you chatters in the chat room. Carol Hughes with The Bass.
Oh, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um,
He was a singer in a male quartet with a deep bass voice that you couldn't forget. Whenever they would start up a rockin' tune, they would get out of the way and give him plenty of room to say.
oh, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um.
Sounds nice.
Oh, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um,
He was terrific with his harmony. He could keep the beat and always stay on key. He didn't have to jump up and down. He was much too cool to play the part of a clown. He just
oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um.
Don't worry, you'll make it. No matter where the gods would sing, he was the one who'd make them swing. No matter where the gods would go, he was the one who'd steal the show with his
oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um.
Crazy.
Oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um,
No, he didn't need a solo. He didn't need a spotlight flare. He stood behind the rest, never trying to be best, but the sound of the bass would fill the air with it.
oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um,
No matter who the song was for, he always left them wanting more of it.
oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um, oh diddy-um.
There you go, October 58 release there, going out to listener Mike Sape and all the chatters, Carol Hughes. So that bass is not deep enough to be the Grinch guy. So maybe it's the guy on the Diamonds. I don't know. The guy, he had a pretty. It could have been his. It could have been really anybody. But I really didn't get a chance to check it out. Possibly, maybe if she was in an interview or something, she may have answered that. But that is Carol Hughes and some bass guy on the Dot record label with the bass, and she has other releases also on RCA and also on the Carlton record label. Let's move into to 1959 now. Fill a request for listener Joe Shacatano, who's been under the weather today, but he is tuned into the program. I have to say hi to Mr. Shacatano. Now, this record came out on 3 different labels. I have them on all 3 because Johnny G is a completist. I think I'm featuring it on the original label, which is Sioux Records, Sioux, Sioux Records. I think then it was picked up for national distribution on 20th Century Fox. That was a couple months later in 59, and then in 61 somehow Foxy put it out. The group is from Everett, Massachusetts, and this was actually the flip side of this, I think, was a regional hit on WHIL called The Lone Stranger. But this is the flip side. It features Tommy Pasquarella on lead from September 59. Let's give a listen to the Majestics. The Majestics on Sioux Records for Joe Shacatano. It's called Sweet One for Joe.
My sweetest,
There you go. That one there going out to a listener, Joe Shacatano, September 59 release for the Majestics. The Majestics on the Sioux record label. That's Tommy Pasquarella. He's the lead singer on that song entitled Sweet One. That is the intended B-side there. And we want to thank Don Folletti for coming into the YouTube chat and giving us some information on Miss Carol Hughes. Her real name, Carol Usdin, I guess, pronounced U-S-D-I-N. And she was in Don Folletti's class of 1960 in West Orange High School in West Orange, New Jersey, and appeared with the Dell Vikings, the Ketones, Eddie Cochran at the Dr. Jive show at the Adams Theater in Newark, New Jersey. Thank you for that information, Mr. Folletti. As He is a wealth of information. He is. Thank you, Don, for that and for tuning into the Vinyl Treasure Show as we continue here on Vinyl Treasures. And we are in the 1959 block and fill a request now for Ronnie Sherman as we head to St. Louis, Missouri now to Bob Lynn's Bobbin record label. For this singer. He was previously a member of the El Toros and also a member of the Mellard. I think it's pronounced Mellards, M-E-L-L-A. It's not the Mallards, it's Mellards, M-E-L-L-A-R-D-S, that recorded for the Ballad label. But he had two solo efforts on Bobbin Records. His name is Fred Green. And I forget the uncredited group backing him up on this. There were two groups that recorded for this Bobbin label. I think the Kinglets, and who was the other group? The Emeralds. Was it the Emeralds? And the Kinglets, I think, recorded for this group. But I don't know if they're backing him up. But his name is Fred Green. Fred Green is his name. This is his second of two on the Bobbin label. It's for Ronnie Sherman, August 59. Fred Green with Don't Make a Fool of Me. This is for Ronnie Sherman.
Don't make a fool of me, for I will cry again. The way you look at me, you're going to lie again. The way you did before. Now I always put all my confidence in you. But how was I to know you'll prove to be untrue? Don't make a fool of me. It'll be goodbye again. If you should ever leave, I guess I'll cry again. The way I did before. Now I always put all my confidence in you. But how was I to know you'll prove to be untrue? Don't make a fool of me. It'll be goodbye again. If you should ever leave, I guess I'll cry again. The way I did
There you go. That's by request for Ronnie Sherman. Ronnie Sherman, who was at a, he was with Oh, he went to a concert tonight. John Clemente's in a group, Four of Something it was called. I can't remember the email. But he said he was going to be home around 11 o'clock. Well, there you go. You heard your request there, Ronnie Sherman, from August 1959. Hope the concert was good. And John Clemente can still sing. Yes, he can. August 1959, the Fred Green and group on the Bobbin record label out of St. Louis, Missouri. Don't Make a Fool of Me is the name of the tune. Actually, well, I know he would join the, it says after this release, he would join the El Toros on Duke and sing lead on their 1960 release, What's the Matter? That's a great record too, by the way. But anyway, let us continue here in 1959. Fill a request for George Chestnut. Actually, I think this is a flip side request, Charlene, right? I think, because I featured this group from Newport News, Virginia on last week's show on the King record label, the Five Keys. It was Lenny, you actually requested it. You wanted to send it out to a Rob Balboni. A Dream On was the song by the Five Keys. Now, George Chestnut requested the flip side actually a month or two earlier. He requested this. I just happen to have it here, and we're going to play it for George. The flip side, October 59. These are the Five Keys. I think Marilyn Pierce is on lead on this one. On King Records for George Chestnut. It's called Dancing Senorita, the Five Keys for George.
She's got bright, shiny hair. She's got bright, dancing eyes. She's from the walls of Barcelona, and her pretty castanets, they got me wild. I said, baby, do you love me? She said, see, 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 daddy, see, see, see. She said, see, 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 daddy, see, see, see. I said, darling, do you need me? She said, see, 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 daddy, see, see, see. She said, see, 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 daddy, see, see, see. She wears a light pretty gown, her dancing feet are all around. She's from the world of Barcelona, and her pretty castanets, they got me wild. She wears a light pretty gown, her dancing feet are all around. She's from the world of Barcelona, and her pretty castanets, they got me wild. And her pretty castanets, they got me wild.
Yeah, Copyright Police came out with that tune there. The Five Keys there. That's Marilyn Pierce on lead, October 1959. That's by request for George Chestnut's Dancing Senorita is the name of the tune. It's on Sid Nathan's King record label, their second of 9 on the King record label. We have one more from the year 1959 as we head out to Los Angeles, California, with a request for listener Chris Reed. Now, this group they were known as the Intervals, and Charlene, the dates are wrong. This write-up, when I think it was first done, Ferdy Gonzalez has the wrong date on this record, because there is a date in the dead wax of this, which is September, I think it's September 5th of 1959 on this record. So Ferdy had 58, so we were thinking that it was their debut single, but it is not. And this record might have even gone into 1960, if I'm not mistaken. This group first recorded for the Ad label. They were known as the Intervals. This is not the same group that recorded for the Class label, a different group. Now, they do a song, I think their first release was called Side Street, which is a great record. I like that song. Came out on Ad, and then it was picked up by ABC Paramount. But this is on a label called Irma, which was out of Oakland, California. And the tune written by band leader Chick, I thought it said Chuck, but it's Chick Morris, who also backed them on their 2 Ad releases. I only have one of those releases. I was looking in Greg's collection if he had it. He did not. But this is from September 59. These are the Intervals. The Intervals. The Intervals on Irma Records for Chris Reed. It's called Love Me Sweet. The Intervals.
Love me sweet, like the bees love honey. Love me sweet, like the blossom loves money. Love me sweet. Love me sweet, like the birds love cherries. Love me sweet, like a bear loves berries. Love me sweet. Oh, how I flip from all of your charms. My loving heart melts like chocolate when it's warm. Love me sweet, and you'll be my baby. Love me sweet, and I don't mean maybe. Love me sweet. Chocolate when it's warm. Love me sweet, and you'll be my baby. Love me sweet, and I don't mean baby. Love me sweet. Come on, come on, come on, and love me sweet. Hey, love me sweet.
That's by request for listener Chris Reed, the Intervals from September 59. That's on the Irma record label. A song entitled Love Me Sweet, and I think they have another one which I had in the box. It's a very similar looking label, this powder blue with black lettering on the West Coast label. That is also in the box. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Hope you're digging on the tunes. Give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying what you're hearing as we continue. Let's move into 1960 now and fill a request for Gary Hendren in Alabama, and it's actually a flip side request for listener Ryan Heisey. Been featuring this group out of New Haven, Connecticut, mainly Ryan. He likes this group called the Premiers, and played the flip side of this on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label for Ryan last week called I Pray. Let's give a listen to the flip of this, and it was requested by Gary Hendren and again for Ryan. Written by Vinny Catalano. It's from January of 1960. They're known as the Premiers. The Premiers on Fury. Roger Koob, he is the lead singer of the group, Roger Koob. The song is called Pigtails. Okay, Pigtails, Eyes Are Blue. These are the Premiers for Gary and Ryan.
Pigtails, eyes of blue, kisses warm, you're my girl. At last I found the girl that I could call my own. No lonely nights for me, I have someone to phone. Pigtails, eyes of blue, kisses warm, you're my girl. You're my girl. At last I found the girl that I could kiss goodnight. I know I'll never cry with you to hold me tight. Pigtails, eyes of blue, kisses warm, you're my girl. You're all mine. I love you so. At night when I cry, I know, oh, oh, oh. At last I found the girl that I could call my own. No lonely nights for me, I have someone to phone. Pigtails, eyes of blue, kisses warm, you're my girl. You're my girl. Pigtails, eyes of blue, kisses warm, you're my girl.
There you go. That's Roger Koob and the Premiers. Came out on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label. That is Pigtails, Eyes Are Blue. That one there from January 1960. That's going out to a listener, Ryan Heisey, and also to Gary Hendren in Alabama. And the Premiers there with Pigtails, Eyes Are Blue. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We're going to finish early, folks, because I know we're going to lose an hour's sleep tonight as the clocks go forward. So you're going to have more daylight savings time for that. I thought they were going to... Are they leaving it this way? I don't know what they were going to do. They were deciding to do something about the daylight savings time. But anyway, we are in the year 1960, and let's fill a request for listener Ronnie Sherman, this group from Campbell, Ohio. They were named after a failed automobile. So how many did any I never experienced a ride in a Ford Etzel. Is it the Ford Etzel? So has anybody ever had a Ford Etzel? I never owned a Ford. I've been in Buicks and I've been in Ford Country Squires. I've been in Chevy Impalas. I've been in Cadillacs. I love the ride of a Cadillac. I had a who did the Oldsmobile? No, yeah, was it Cutlass? The first car I ever purchased was a Cutlass Supreme. It was a nice shiny black. It had like a silver trim in it, and it was my first car. I was driving around in a 1971 Chevy Impala with a rusted trunk. But then when I started to make money, I bought that car. That was my first car. But I've had Park Avenues. I had 2 Park Avenues. Then I gravitated to the Cadillac DTS, and I had 2 of them. And I had them for like 10 years. I had them for about 10 years. I donated it to Wounded Warriors because it was sitting around for a year and the seals start to go. You're spending too much money. You're spending all this money, but it had a great ride. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know how the Etzel drove. Maybe somebody can tell me how the Etzels drove. But anyway, that's the name of this group. They're called the Etzels. They're best known for a hit the second time around called Ramalama Ding Dong. And I think both Don Felitti and Wayne Sterling very instrumental with that record the second time around. But they recorded for different labels. This one's that Ronnie requested is on Tony March's Tammy Records. And this is a true first press. This is a King custom press that was not distributed by Ember Records because Ember Records ended up distributing this record nationally. But the first press is not that easy to find. It's different. It's a King custom press is really what you can call it. And the tune. Wait a second, written by the first tenor of the group. His name is Larry Green, and also the lead singer of the group. His name is George Jones Jr. This charted regionally. This was number 11 on KRUX in Phoenix, Arizona. From August 1960, let's give a listen to the Etzels. The Etzels on Tammy Records. And it's for Ronnie Sherman. It's called What Brought Us Together for Ronnie Sherman, the Etzels.
What brought us together?
Each time I'm near you, feels like
Yeah, there you go. That's the sound of the Etcels there. The Etcels from August 1960 on the Tammy record label. That one they're going out to a listener, Ronnie Sherman. What brought us together? Music brings us together. So that is what we're here for, doing that. And this is a true first press. It has, what does it say on here? It says something to the effect of a production of Sensi March Enterprises. Tony March, he was the owner, well, he owned, I should say, the rights of Tammy Music or whatever it is, his publishing here. I don't know what it, maybe that's not his publishing. I don't want to get into it. But anyway, let us continue here. Let's move into 1961 now. Now, I added one record. This is my request, and because I never even knew this record existed. I bought this when I went to look through Greg Surick's collection. He had this in the collection there. I'd never seen a copy of this, and this is my request here. This group from Mobile, Alabama, their lead singer first sang with the Drifters, okay? And his name was Johnny Lee Williams, and he recorded with the Drifters from July 59 to May of 1960, and that's when Benny King was the primary lead singer of the group. And he did lead on one song. It was a flip side, which I think got airplay also. The A-side... The A-side was called Dance With Me, and the flip side that he sang lead on was called If You Cry, True Love, True Love. That was released in September of 59. So the Drifters ended up touring, and they ended up in Mobile, Alabama at the time, and that was Johnny Lee Williams' hometown. So I guess he was on the road with the group, and he was becoming homesick. So he just quit the group. And I think at the time, Benny King they were like ready to put Benny King out as a solo artist, and they were hoping that this John Lee Williams would become the lead singer, but he just I think Charlie Thomas ended up becoming the lead, I think, after this. Or Johnny Moore, maybe? I forget. But he just decided to stay home. He says, I'm not going with the group anymore. I'm done. So, the Drifters left. He was homesick. But anyway, things didn't work out. So in early 61... he would form a group, and they were called the Impeccables, Impleccables, and they had this release on Hubert C. Kane's. He spells his name with a C, but the label is with a K, Kain Records, which was out of Mobile, Alabama. And this Johnny Lee Williams, he was the lead singer. Now, we'll talk about this after. So this is the initial release of this. Came out in March of 1961 on Kane Records. These are the Impeccables. What did I say? Impeccables? Impeccables. Implaccables. And the song is called My Foolish Pride. This is on the Kane, Kain label. Here it goes.
I'm sitting here wondering with tears in my eyes. Yes, my darling, why must I cry when it's only my foolish pride? If you could come back and dry these tears, my life would be so happy, I promise you, my dear, and there'd be no more foolish pride. Love is a gamble, play only by moon. I played and I loved,
you go. That's Johnny G's request, the Impeccables from March 61 on the Kain record label, Kain Records. That's My Foolish Pride. That is with Johnny Lee Williams on lead. He's out of Mobile, Alabama. Now, in March of 62, this record would be re-released. H.C. Kain, the owner of the label, would re-release it. He would send it in to Billboard to be reviewed. They reviewed it in Billboard, and he put it out, a very similar looking label, but it was CY, Psy Records, capital C and capital Y, as the Embraceables. And then I think in 1970 came out as a reissue just as Johnny Williams. So I don't have the Embraceables either, which is not that easy to find. But this one was impossible, and I was like, whoa, this is in the collection, so I scooped it up. But anyway, there you go. Let's move into 1962 now. Fill a request for listener Big Dave Swinger as we head to Memphis, Tennessee for this group. They were known as the Del Rios, and they first recorded for the Meteor record label. I think Chris Reed, you had that on your request list to me, so I do have that pulled for a future show. But this is the same group that recorded for Meteor Records. But that was way back in 1956, but they were still around in 1962 recording for Stax Records, and this features Lewis Williams on lead. I think William Bell, who ended up having solo releases on the Stax label, was also a member of this group at the time. They were on Stax Records. But let's go to June of 62, the Del Rios on sax. It's called Stax, not sax. Stax, Johnny. It's called Just Across the Street, the Del Rios.
I've seen and I've watched from my window, just wondering about a true love I'd someday meet. But I'd never thought the one I love lived just across the street. I saw you one evening as you came home. Your smile and your hello was oh so sweet. Then I knew I'd found the one I loved, living just across the street. Something were made for each other, like the leaves were made for the tree, and the bird for the wild blue yonder. And I knew you were made for me. You are mine, and I'm so happy. I feel I've got the world at my feet, and I thank the stars for sending me a love just across the street. Yes, I have found just across the street.
Yeah, it would eventually become soulful, but in 1962, June 62, still kind of leaning doo-wop-y there. The Del Rios there, that's Lewis Williams on lead. The Del Rios, that's by request for listener Big Dave Swinger on the Stax record label. Just Across the Street is the name of the tune. We stay in 1962, a flip side request for listener Paul Michel. Last week, Paul requested Wait a Little Longer by a group called the Imaginations from Wantagh, Long Island. came out on a label called Ballad Records, and it featured Bobby Bloom on lead. He's also doing lead on the flip side, and this is actually a cover tune. So we're going to play the original version, but let's give a listen to the cover version. This one released in December of 1962. These are the Imaginations by request for Paul Michel on Ballad Records. It's called Mama's Little Baby for Paul.
Mama, mama,
mama, little baby, oh mama baby, mama little baby girl. With her at a high school dance, it was the first sight true romance. She seemed so all alone, so I asked if I could take her home. We started on our way. I tried to kiss her to say, stop right here, listen to me. I gotta tell you about my mommy. Mama don't like me out with boys. Mama sometimes seem awful hard. She's so afraid I'll fall in love and always sin on the baby girl. Ta-ta, mama, 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 baby. Mama, 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 baby. Mama, little baby. Yeah, mama, baby. Mama, 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 baby. Mama, 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 baby. Your mama, little baby. Say, baby, now listen to me. Oh, baby, gonna set you free. Please, please don't be so sad. Give me time to talk to your dad. I'll make him understand. Oh, baby, now I'm your man. He'll realize that you're real wise. You're old enough and now to be my bride. She said, Mama don't like me out with boys. Mama sometimes seem awful hard. She's so afraid I'll fall in love and always sin on the baby girl. Ta-ta, mama, 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 baby. Mama, 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 baby. Oh, mama, baby. Yeah, mama, baby. Mama, 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 baby. Mama, 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 baby. Mama, little baby.
There you go. That one there by request for listener Paul Michel. Those are the Imaginations. That is Bobby Bloom on lead. Yes, Rob Alboni. Montego Bay had a big hit in 1970 or 71. That is him on lead. December 62 release, The Imaginations, Mama's Little Baby. Now, the song was first done by this group from Washington, D.C. They were all brothers. They were Andy, Horace, Warren, Amos, and Scott and Uncle Adolphus Scott. And their Uncle Adolphus Scott, collectively they were known as the Scott Brothers, from March of 61. It was when they first issued this record. And they prior to this release, they recorded for the Skyline label in 1959. But this was the group's first of three on this label called FTP Records. And FTP stands for the owners here. Gene Forel, that's the T. Edward Thomas is the T, and P is for Jim Pollock. They own this FTP label, and produced by Jerry Field, who was the vice president of the label. And the song is written by Horace Scott, who I think is the lead singer on this. This is with the Art Harris Orchestra from March of 61. This is the original version. We'll send it out to Paul Michel, the Scott Brothers, with Mama's Little Baby, the original.
Mama, little baby girl, I met her at a high school dance. It was a first sight true romance. She seemed so all alone, so I asked if I could take her home, and we started on our way. I tried to kiss her, I heard her say, stop right here and listen to me. I got to tell you about my mommy. Mama don't like me, I will boy. Mama some afraid I'll fall in love, and always saying I'm the baby girl. Mama, 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 baby. Mama, 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 baby. Mama, little baby girl. I said, baby, leave it to me. Oh, baby, I set you free. Please, please don't be so sad. Just give me time to talk to your dad, and I'll make them understand. Oh, baby, I'm your man, and you realize that you're real wise. You're old enough now to be my bride. She said, Mama don't like me, I will boy. Mama sometimes seem awful hard. She's so afraid I'll fall in love, and always saying I'm the baby girl. Mama, baby. Your mama, little baby. I still like you, baby. You're still mama, baby. Mama, little baby.
There you go. That is a comparison there. We'll send that one out to Paul Michel. Those are the Scott brothers. I think Horace Scott, he's on lead there. March 61, their first of 3 on the FTP label. Mama's Little Baby is the name of the tune. 3 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. We are in the year we are in the year 1962, and let's fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. And we go down to Atlanta, Georgia now for the debut single for this group. They had 4 releases on the TPE record label, and this tune written by the lead singer of the group, his name is Levi Tony Moon, and this is from 1962. The group is called the Invictors. The Invictors on the TPE record label for Adrian Viterbo, listening down in Mexico. It's called This Thing Called Love, the Invictors.
This thing called love, I can't understand. With you, I should have known I'd never stand a chance. There was Joe and James. My heart couldn't stand the pain, so I cried. Yes, you turned it down to love another. You could imagine how I felt when I found out he was my best friend. And there was Joe and James. My heart couldn't stand the pain, so I cried. I can't understand how you can mean so much to me when there is Joe and James. My heart couldn't stand the pain, so I cried. Yes, I cried. I cried. Lord, the tears drop. I cried. Oh yes, I do. You know that I cried.
They're called the Invictors. The Invictors on the TPE record label. That's their debut single, This Thing Called Love, by request for Adrian Viterbo. That is a 1962 release. And they would change their name with their final release, their rarest of, well, I don't want to say their, well, I don't know. It went for a lot of money, I think, in a Tefteller auction, the new Invictors. I think Braden McCalla was looking for that record. 2 more 45s to go before we sign off here as we stay in 1962. Now, you know, when I find something for John Engstrom, that means it's nowhere to be found. And I was looking through his list and I said, wait a minute, I have this record. Bought this from Spence. I think he charged me like $90 for this record, if I'm not mistaken. But I think this label is out of Detroit. Okay, it's called the All Right record label. I have 2 other records on this label. One is by a group called the Magnetics, I think. I think that's what they're called. And then I have a soul record by, I think, someone by the name of Danny Moore, a really good soul record from '64. But this group is called the Valiants. Now, I'm thinking possibly that this is the group that recorded for Spec, a very rare record, but that Spec label is out of Mobile, Alabama. So how do they end up in Detroit? It's a possibility, but because they could be the same group. I'm trying to match, information on the label to that Spec release, and I can't find anything, but except that they look like both Detroit presses, like it was pressed up in Detroit, and maybe the label was located down in Mobile. But this is definitely a Detroit label. But let's give it a spin for John Engstrom, May '62 release. They're called the Valiants. The writers are Bennett and Pryor, whoever they are. The Valiants on All Right. It's called You Are the Angel I Love. The Valiants for John Engstrom.
Sent from heaven here to be loved, like a falling star from above.
That's for listener John Engstrom. He's going to check it out on the archive We're going to email me, John. I know you are, but there you go. They're called the Valiants from May 62. It's on the All Right record label. It's called You Are the Angel I Love. I think I got to listen to the flip side again because John wants me to play the flip side, but we'll see. But anyway, that's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure Show. When was the last time I finished this early on the program? It's been a while, but I knew that we were going to lose time. We were going to lose sleep. So I said, I can't be on late. So we're going to have to get out of here sooner than expected. So thank you all for tuning into the program tonight. I hope you enjoyed what you heard with the Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure Show. This is our third show of the week. I'll be back next Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. 9 to midnight here. So again, if you have a request, you can send it to me actually for anything that you want to converse with Johnny G. I have some emails I need to answer that I got in during the show and also earlier today. I was busy working on the show, so sometimes I don't have the time to answer right away. I get them when I was shopping. I saw these emails coming in, so I'm trying to get the requests over to Charlene so she can put them on the pull list. So anyway, but thank you all for being here. And again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing. Tell your friends about this show if you think they may like this show, because a lot of people, and a lot of people don't even know how to get to the show. So if you have elderly parents, those of you that are young listeners that may like this music from their youth, or maybe their older sisters or brothers bought the records and you're the younger brother or sister, they may like this. You may have to set them up. That's what I had to do for some people, to set them up so they can come to the show. And so they can listen to it, and they can actually, it's different because it's an educational and entertaining show. And plus you get my Johnny G-isms and spins on my life of collecting this music and other things that I do. So it's got like a personality to the show. I'm just not playing records. So you see me for who I am, and it's a natural. This is who I am. So anyway, and I guess maybe, and it's a very friendly environment here. We like to keep it a friendly environment here, as many of the people know me. They've seen me now I've been doing this since 2015, been doing the show since 2005. So I've been doing this Vinyltreasure Show since 2005, but and collecting for most of my life, I guess. But anyway, so thank you all for being here. And again, like I said, click that thumbs up if you enjoyed what you heard. And again, I will get to more of your requests on future Vinyltreasure shows. And thank you, Charlene, for your help. Charlene is my administrative assistant. She helps me put together the request list that she sends to me via emails, and I pull the records out of the collection. So I communicate with her. She's in Texas, and I communicate with Charlene. If she was closer, she would be here in the background of the show, but she's not. She would like to be, I bet, though. But anyway, thank you. We're going to close the show tonight with a record from 1964. Actually, this group, and maybe Rob Balboni knows about this group, because it's a request, first of all, for Jim Lampley in Texas. This group is from Brockton, Massachusetts. I think they were big in the Brockton area. They recorded for Frank Pappalardo's Casa Grande label. Of course, Casa Grande was known for a big hit by the Tune Weavers. You may know the song Happy Happy Birthday Baby, but that was like in late 57. But this group, they were called the Blends. They recorded for this Casa Grande label. They have a great two-sided 45, their debut single called Now It's Your Turn. I forget the name of the ballad, but it's good. And the lead singer of that group was a big guy. He was a heavy guy. His name was Big John Croft. This was a big guy. But this was their second release on the Casa Grande label. It came out in May of 64, maybe recorded earlier, I don't know. And they changed their name a little bit. They were known as the Fabulous Blends on this. So our closer tonight for Jim Lampley in Texas is Big John Croft, and the Fabulous Blends on Casa Grande. It's called Hey, Little Fool. That's going to do it, folks. Don't forget, turn your clocks forward. You're going to lose an hour's sleep, but you're going to have more daylight. You're going to, I don't know if you'll see Johnny G in the daylight, only on Thursdays. But anyway, thank you all for being here. I want everybody to have a safe and happy week. And if you missed any of the program, it'll be up momentarily. If not, you can go to vinyltreasures.net to stream or download the show there. I gotta go. That's going to do it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show. Just want to say, everybody, so long. This is for Jim in Texas.